mathematicians, it's Justin again, and welcome back to Miaville Adventure Park. I've been here today participating in the Fated to Be First contest, winning contest entries for a chance to be selected as one of the first riders on their brand new roller coaster, Fate's Freefall. I played the Plink drop earlier, and I earned 9 more contest entries. That was the last game for the contest. Now, I have the rest of the day to explore while I wait for the contest drawing at the coaster's grand opening. I'm definitely going to see the famous Miaville talent show, but that doesn't start for an hour. I guess I'll need to pick another activity to do before the show starts. Ooh, I've heard some really good things about the ropes course and the VR ride experience. I wonder if I'll have enough time to do one of those before the talent show. Both the ropes course and the VR ride experience are activities where parkgoers get to pace themselves, so there's no set time that each activity takes. Luckily, Miaville collects data weekly and compiles it into histograms, so I can see how long people typically take at each of them. This histogram shows the data of how long people spent at the ropes course, and this one shows the data of how long people spent at the VR ride. If I have 1 hour until the talent show, which activity do you think I should go to? The ropes course or the VR ride? How do you think a histogram can help me decide which activity I should do? Well, I only have an hour until the talent show. Maybe these histograms can help us figure out how likely I am to be able to complete each activity in under an hour. How likely? Hey, that sounds like a question about probability. How could we rewrite this question using probability notation? Pause the video here and rewrite it on your own now. We're looking for the probability of completing these in less than an hour, or P of less than 1 hour. Although, since our histograms are measuring time in minutes, it'd be better to write this as P of less than 60 minutes. If I could find this probability for each activity, that would help me to see which one I'm more likely to finish in time for the talent show. Let's look at the ropes course first. What does this bar represent in the histogram? The bars in a histogram represent a range of values. Since this bar is between 15 and 30, it represents the number of people who spent 15 to 30 minutes at the ropes course. How many people is that? Since the y-axis represents frequency, we can follow the top of the bar over to the y-axis. The scaling shows that each division marks an increase of 20. Since this goes one line above 200, it represents a frequency of 220 people. Noting the frequency inside the bar like this can help you stay organized. Now that we've interpreted this bar together, pause the video and determine what the remaining 5 bars represent in this histogram. Let's go over them. This bar represents 100 people who spent between 0 and 15 minutes at the ropes course. This next bar tells us that 300 people spent between 30 and 45 minutes there. Then 180 people spent between 45 and 60 minutes. 100 people spent between 60 and 75 minutes. And finally, 60 people spent between 75 and 90 minutes at the ropes course. Now that we have a better idea of what this histogram represents, let's revisit our probability problem. What is P of less than 60 minutes? Working with a histogram may make this feel a little different than the probability problems we've been doing in this unit so far, but I know you can do this. The data is organized a little differently than what you're used to, but remember that, at its core, probability is just part of a whole. What do you think would be the whole in this situation? Yeah, the whole is the total number of people who went to the ropes course. So pause here and determine how many total people are represented in this histogram. If we take the 100 people from this bar, plus the 220 from this bar, plus 300, plus 180, plus 100, plus 60, it shows me that there are 960 total people represented in this histogram. In other words, 960 is the whole. Out of the 960 total people, what part are we looking for? Yeah, we're looking for the people who spent less than 60 minutes at the ropes course. Pause the video again here and determine, out of the 960 total people, how many spent less than 60 minutes there. Let's see. Here is 60 minutes on the axis. So everyone to the left spent less than 60 minutes at the ropes course. In total, this gives a sum of 800 people who spent less than 60 minutes at the ropes course. Now, with all of this information, we can answer our original question. The probability of spending less than 60 minutes at the ropes course is 800 over 960, or 83.3 repeating percent. That's a pretty high probability that I'd finish in time for the talent show. But let's look at the VR ride data too before I try to make any decision. What do you notice is different about the histogram for the VR ride? It already has numbers in each of the bars. Sometimes you'll see the frequencies provided like this. It's especially helpful in cases where it's difficult to tell exactly how high the bars reach on the y-axis. Now that we've practiced finding probability from a histogram once together, pause the video here and try to find p of less than 60 minutes in this histogram on your own. Since we know we need to find the part over the whole, we can start by adding the frequencies to see how many total people are represented by this histogram, which is 1,090. How many of the 1,090 people spent less than 60 minutes at the VR ride? Well, here is 60 on the x-axis. So people who spent less than 60 minutes are represented by these three bars, which means that there are 565 people who spent less than 60 minutes at the VR ride. So what is P of less than 60 minutes at the VR ride? Yeah, it's 565 over 1,090, or approximately 51.8%. I could keep my answer as a fraction, but writing my probability as a percentage like this will make it easier to compare the probabilities from these two histograms. Now that we've found that P of less than 60 minutes for each activity, what do you think? If I want to make it to the talent show in an hour, should I go to the ropes course or the VR ride experience? P of less than 60 minutes is higher for the ropes course. According to the data, I'm more likely to finish the ropes course on time than I am the VR ride. So it looks like the ropes course is the better option if I want to make it to the talent show on time. Oh man, that's gonna be so fun. Understanding probability can help you make informed decisions from all sorts of data, whether you're deciding how to play a game, choosing how to spend your time, or even predicting outcomes in everyday life. Once you finish up the guided notes that go along with this video, you'll have a chance to practice working with more data in levels 1 through 3 in the online practice. Until next time, keep questioning, keep calculating, and remember, data can empower you to make informed decisions. See you next time.
Hey, hey.